Scotiabank Arena. The Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning colliding here. And what? I suppose if I was a betting man, and I'm not because I never win, but if I was, I might wager this is a playoff preview.
Well, if you were a betting man, that's the only way to win is to bet.
I don't know.
Well, you said you never bet because you never win.
I know. Well, yeah.
Well, but it's like saying you never win the lottery because you never buy any tickets.
Could we just get back to my premise?
Yeah, there's a good chance we're gonna. Part of it is it's hard to believe the Boston Bruins might lose a couple of games between now and the end of the regular season. They've been absolutely dynamite. And you're right.
It's because we haven't played them enough.
I know. One of their 4 regulation losses have been to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And that ended their streak, too.
Yeah, they had an 11-game streak. Tampa Bay Lightning come in with a winning streak of their own. They've won 5 straight.
The Leafs are trying to rebound from back-to-back losses for the first time in a while. Matt Murray gets the call and goal. 7-2-2 and a 2.46 goals against average. Andrei Vasilevsky 13-8-1, 2.55 his goals against average. And we've got something going on over at the Leaf bench.
All right, well, let's start with this. That's Stu McFarland, longtime off-ice official here.
Yep.
Scotiabank Arena. Stewie's listening in. Had some surgery and is recovering still in the hospital. So Stewie, get well soon. And we hope to see you back here at work. And my younger brother, Brent, is stuck listening to us in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So
what do you mean stuck?
Those were his words, not mine.
Leafs to the right. And the Lightning to the left as we're underway, and it's cleared down into the Tampa Bay zone. Hedman getting it around on the boards. Now around back of the net goes Perbix, trying to play it up the boards. Cut off there by the Leafs. They jam in against the wall, trying to tip it free for Bunting, and it goes around back of the net. Hedman after the puck. Matthews can't keep it in, and it's played out into the center ice area. Nick Perbix gets in over the line for the Lightning. Works it down in around back of the net. It'll come to the near corner. Kucherov trying to get it in front of the net. He does. Point trying to drive the net. Toe save made there by Murray. The puck comes back to the blue line. First good save of the game is made by the Leaf netminder. And Toronto now flipping it off the boards just to get it out and get a change of players going likewise for Tampa Bay.
And Braden Point was pointless in their game in Montreal, but that stopped a 5-game streak where he had 6 goals and 7 points.
Lightning to center, pass intercepted by Marner. Tavares dropping it back to the defense. Up on the wing it comes to Giordano, and he'll flip it down into the Tampa Bay zone. Chipped along the wall, it'll come to the near side, but not out. Kept in there by Tavares. Down into the corner for Yarncrook, who is back into the lineup for the Maple Leafs. And around on the boards, it goes into the corner. Yarncrook coming off the injured reserve list prompted the trading of Denny Malgin, and Dryden Hunt is now a Leaf as a shot by Tavares whistled just wide of the Tampa Bay goal. Puck out into the center ice area. Nick Paul playing it down into the Toronto zone, and Maple Leafs have it around back of the net. We are 2 minutes into the game, no score, and down into the Leaf zone for an icing. Now it'll be brought back into the Tampa Bay zone.
Well, I found this interesting. I mean, even though Tampa's been on a roll themselves, they're 13-3 in the last 16 games. But 5-on-5, Tampa Bay Lightning have scored 65, given up 55, so plus 10. The Leafs have scored 69, given up 46, so plus 23. Toronto 5-on-5, and it's usually the knock on the Leafs that most of their offense came on specialty teams, but 5-on-5, they've been better. Specialty teams are league average, really.
Yep, really. Played ahead at center, just out of the reach of Kerfoot. Brought in now and backhanded into the Toronto zone. Timmins against the wall. Had to go around back of the net. David Camp is able to come away with it. He skates it out at center. Playing it up on the right side. Kerfoot slides by one check and gets into the corner. Puck comes bouncing back towards the blue line. And here the Lightning with a long right wing pass. In across the line. Cirelli got the shot away and it was blocked. Puck is turned up on the near wing. Out at center ice now, a bouncing puck that Zach Aston Reese couldn't come up with. The Leafs will regroup as the Swedish duo are back there, and Sandin shoots it in. Rattled around the boards by Tampa Bay. Cut off at the blue line by Sandin again. Sent back of the net, spinning pass in front of the net. There by Joey Anderson was blocked. The Lightning will play it off the boards to center. Liljegren finding his man again. Sandin to Aston Reese. In it goes. Holmberg couldn't get it in front of the net. And it is played to the line and out at center ice again by Tampa. No score. We're just nicely underway. Leafs backpedaling and Tampa getting a change of players. Pass ahead for Matthews. Overskated the puck. Grabbed off there by Hagel and got it in over the line, but stolen back by Toronto. Nylander trying to split the defense, but it's going to roll in on goal. And just getting that glove down on top of it was Andrei Vasilevsky as Nylander came roaring in from the corner.
I've got a question for you. And
I don't have
got a prediction. No, neither do I right now. Oh. Do you feel Matthews and Marner are back together before Christmas?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You think this is it?
Yep.
I'll disagree with you on that.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Now, you mean on the full-time basis?
Yes.
Okay. Because...
Well, I mean full-time being for...
Yeah, the lines.
The next stretch of games,
okay,
yes.
All right.
Just thinking, obviously, you're not going to do anything during a 14, 15-game point streak.
No. Played out at center ice. Bunting knocks it down into the corner, left wing side. Matthews in after it. Got it around back of the net. Lightning get it up on the wing, and Hagel will get it out at center ice. Kucherov sends a long shoot in on goaltender Murray. Played into the corner and quickly brought back by Toronto. 2-on-2 rush with Bunting in over the line, dropping for Nylander. Back to Bunting, back to Nylander, a shot, and that was stopped by Vasilevsky. Point comes back the other way for Tampa Bay. Drop pass back to Point. Centering feed. Rolled through into the goal crease. Nicely played away there by Murray. Brody will come to center ice for Toronto, and he'll launch it into the near corner. Vasilevsky out of the goal. Lost it. It was centered in front of a netminderless net, but no one there to do any damage. Is that a thing?
It is now.
It is now. Thank you, Dick. And across the line, Yard Crook playing it into the corner.
You call me?
Dick
Irvin. All right.
Yes, Dick Irvin. Can we just get on with this? Thanks. Perbix gets in across the line on the wing, a long shot. Mercifully, it is caught by Murray, and now the color man can say a few words.
Murray not overworked in his last start at Madison Square Garden, which was a 2-1 loss to the Rangers. And I think obviously he's the guy that you want to have ready coming into the postseason. Obviously, having won a couple of cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins, you've got him locked up a little longer than you have Ilya Samsonov.
And Samsonov's shutout streak ended in Washington. And he gave up more goals than he's given up all season.
Yeah, season high for the Leafs, 5 goals against.
Colton gets it back to the blue line off a stick. It's going to go down into Tampa Bay territory. No icing. Down in on the boards is Hedman. Stolen back by the Leafs. They get it back to the point. Near side for Giordano. Giordano cross ice again to Hall. Shot in on goal. Kicked away nicely by Vasilevsky. Cleared out and down the ice now by Tampa Bay. And an icing call coming here. First period brought to you by Bet365. With Bet365, you can watch thousands of live games, build your own bet, and you can even make a bet while the game's still being played. 19 plus, play responsibly, Ontario only.
Nice off to the right of Vasilevsky. say the Leafs are on a 3-game losing streak to Tampa going back to game 6 and 7 of the playoffs. 2 of those 3 games were in overtime.
Played around the boards, cut off there by Liljegren. But as he tried to send it into the corner, it went off the stick and up into the screen. So a face-off again coming in the Tampa Bay zone to the left.
Tampa Bay Lightning, and he started this 4-game road trip with a win against the Montreal Canadiens a couple of nights ago. You talk about guys that have been, we can talk about Mitch Marner, we can talk about Bunting streak ending, Austin Matthews still has a point streak. Tampa Bay Lightning, from Kucherov to Point to Stamkos, have all gone through long stretches of having point streaks.
Puck comes in front of the goal, but it's knocked up on the wing, and a foot race now. Point down the left wing, puts the brakes on to get around Liljegren, drops it off. Kucherov couldn't get around him. Good stick there by Liljegren to knock it into the corner. Now against the board, Matthews. A pass off a skate is going to go all the way out at center ice. Chernik for the Lightning. Got it ahead, off Kucherov's stick into the Leaf zone. Murray scooping it into the corner. Quickly played up on the wing. Trying to get it out there was Tavares, but failing. The puck now pushed out at center. Tavares didn't see it as it was behind him, and the Leafs finally get a hold of it. And now Nylander decides to curl back and head to the bench and give it off to one of the defensemen. Sandin up on the right side for Brody. He's going to shoot it in. Vasilevsky slowed it up. It goes around the boards to the far side. Lightning in possession. Yarncrook into the forecheck, but can't come away with it. Long lead pass off a stick to center. Timmins tips it back out. Lightning not waiting to get everybody on side. Have to tag up as the Leafs have it back of the goal. A rink-wide pass. Tavares comes to center. Little toe drag move there. Got to the line, but couldn't get across the line. And now when he touches it, it is going to be offside. 12 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in period number 1. There is no score in the hockey game. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. I thought it was a great bit of sportsmanship the other night when Cale Makar went down, the referee's hand went up, penalty, and he said, no, I fell on my own. Arm comes down, no penalty. I thought that was great. We need more of that in our game.
You know what I think? I think the whole thing was so many hockey players. I mean, it was such an exciting World Cup final between Argentina and France. Most hockey players watched some of the shenanigans that go on, and they went, that's not us.
That's not us.
No.
So
we fall even by accident.
We're telling.
Yeah, we're telling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be a sweeping wave through the league?
No,
I don't think so either.
Imagine the honesty. Imagine the goalie saying, hey, look, I knew you can't see it, but that was over the line. That was... You guys played a hell of a series. Congratulations.
Shot in front of the net is knocked wide of the Tampa Bay goal. And around back of the net goes Corey Perry. His pass got by everyone. And an icing call here against Tampa Bay. Yeah, I don't think that's going to catch on.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's a playoff game and
but you know what? If that happened, we would need 2 officials.
No, let's just
half the officiating crew would be out on the street.
It's on the honor system.
Yeah, the honor system.
Yeah.
You put your own hand up.
Yeah.
If you committed a foul.
Yeah.
Going to have to hand out a lot more whistles, though, I guess. I don't know.
I wonder how Michael Bunting would handle that. Bunting and Patrick Maroon going at it.
Yeah. Shot down into the Leaf zone. Chipped up on the left wing boards. Matthews starts out of his own end. A pass up on the wing. Bounced away from its intended receiver and then launched high into the Toronto zone. Brody on back of the net. Goes D to D on the far side. Gets it returned. Finds Marner in neutral ice. Got it past Chernik, but not into the zone. It's up against the wall, and Matthews and Marner are kicking and scratching and poking, and finally the puck comes free, and it's the defensemen that have it. Giordano, far side for Hall, who takes a bit of a run from Ross Colton there, down into the corner. Colton is able to chip it out at center, but Giordano is back after the puck, takes it to the near side and finds Marner. Marner with skating room to his liking, straight up ice, cross the line. Marner to the left wing side, pulls up, sends the puck towards the front of the net, but it deflects up into the screen and out of play, as heading to the front of the goal was Pontus Holmberg, but it never reached him.
Shots on goal favoring the Leafs 4-3 at this point. But really, probably Braden Point had the best opportunity from either team, as he got in alone on Matt Murray, and Murray was able to get his left pad on it. But that is, when you start looking at the way the playoffs are set up, I think this is the tough part of it when you've got three elite teams in one division.
And the East this year, anyway, is really dominating the interdivisional play and everything else. So this is, one team, a really good team, is out the very first round. Fired around the boards and into the Toronto zone. Chipped around back of the net for Hall. Played up on the wing off a skate. Brought on now by Aston Reese across the line on the far side for Holmberg. Chipped around back of the net, but it's cut off by Zach Bogosian. Bogosian having trouble there with Zach Aston Reese, but couldn't get it out in front. Now the puck is back at the net. Bogosian will try it again. He'll get it out at center ice. Stamkos unable to get in over the line. Leafs turn it back now, and Anderson will give it back to the defense. A quick up finds Kerfoot with room. Closing! And the shot was kicked away nicely there by Vasilevsky. Back of the net for David Camp. Comes free on the near side. Namestnikov unable to get it out. Kerfoot trying to play it back to the blue line. It comes to Sandin. Bank back of the net for Kerfoot. Curls to the far boards. Back to the point. Liljegren. Quickly to Sandin. Back to Liljegren it goes. Winding and shooting. Pad saving a huge rebound. But Hedman was there to take it to safety, and it's played to the line, but not out. Leafs keeping it in, a bouncing puck. Hedman will finally get it out at center ice. Sandin shoots it right back in again. Leafs had to tag up. Hedman playing it through center ice. A rink-wide pass for Namestnikov. In with a shot off a shin pad wide. Now launched off a skate by Kucherov. And into the screen it goes with 9:20 to go in a fairly tight checking first 10 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, we're past the midway mark, and the Tampa Bay Lightning just 3 shots on goal, and I think they all came in about the first 4 minutes of this game.
No score, and you're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Faceoff coming in the Toronto zone to the right of goaltender Matt Murray. No score, 9:20 to play in period number 1. The Leafs at home on Thursday for the Next Generation game. And this building is going to be electric with all of the youngsters in tow, and that should be a lot of fun. Played off the boards to the Leaf blue line. Marner couldn't get it out. Leafs control it though. Hall up on the wing now for Tavares across the line. Slid into the corner. Marner didn't see it. Gets in there after it, and then Tavares is able to take it back to the blue line. Here's Brody closing in. Brody still with it. Brody around back of the goal. Doesn't shoot it. Centers in front. Yarncroc a shot. And a good blocking arm save made by Vasilevsky. Maybe the Leafs' best scoring chance. Lightning back into the attack. Kucherov on the near boards. Flips it towards the goal. Knocked away there by Brody. Off the boards to Yarncroc. Up ahead on the right side for Marner with Tavares. Into the left wing corner it goes. Tavares unable to get to it, and the Lightning will break it out. At center, shot in there by Brandon Hagel, and he heads to the bench. 7 shots on goal for the Leafs, but you're right. I think Yarncroc had the best opportunity there. And before that, remember Alex Kerfoot coming down the wing, stoned by Vasilevsky. Shot into the Toronto zone by Cirelli. Murray out of the cage, plays it along the wall, and it's out at center ice. A foot race here with Bunting, but he won't win it. Now Patrick Maroon up on the left wing. Kucherov works to the line and in. Stood up there. Loose puck left wing side. Bunting tried to get it across in front of the net for Matthews. And a sprawling save made made by Vasilevsky. Check that on the Yarn Croc offer. This was the Leafs' best scoring chance.
Boy, Michael Bundy did a great job winning the battle on the left wing boards. Took a couple of tries, but eventually got it to Matthews. But that delay took away the extra space that Austin Matthews would have had. And by the time he ends up with the puck, and Bunting's trying to get it to him just inside the blue line. But Matthews doesn't pick it up till about the hash marks, and Vasilevsky stays right with him. 8-3 shots for the Leafs. Still scoreless.
Played high to center ice and down into the Leaf end. Liljegren chased hard, got it around the boards. Chernik trying to keep it in at the blue line, but the Leafs get it out. At center, shot in by Liljegren. Vasilevsky out of the cage to play it back on the boards. Nick Paul got it ahead and got it out at center, but the Leafs have it again. Chipping it ahead, but out of the reach of Matthews. Stamkos, 3 shy of 500 in the National Hockey League. Heads to the bench. 7 minutes to play. First period, no score. Shot in off the glass and around back of the Toronto net. Corey Perry after it there. Has it come off a stick back to the blue line. Near side now for Bogosian, a shot, and that deflected wide. Rebound to the line, but not out. Leafs are going to get it ahead, though. And now a drop pass is brought out at center and in over the line by Pontus Holmberg. Into the corner for Joey Anderson. Anderson trying to dig it free. Holmberg does. But he's double teamed before it goes around back of the Tampa Bay net. Leafs changing their defense. Back to the point, kept in there by Toronto. Along the wall. Having difficulty with it was Aston Reese, and it is punched out at center ice now by Tampa Bay. Near side, Giordano. The veteran shoots it in. Around on the boards far side. Hagel lost it. It comes in front of the goal. Oh, and trying to get it from backhand to forehand was David Kampf. But it rolled off, and now we get an offside on a close play at the blue line in the Toronto end.
Not a lot of room out there, but the Leafs have had the advantage from about the 3-minute mark in. This game remains scoreless.
It is
scoreless.
0-0. And you're listening to Bulls and Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Just to reiterate, Leafs nothing and the Tampa Bay Lightning no score.
I've got one for you. Since 2007, so the last 15 years, Rocket Richard Trophy winner. Most goals in the season. Only twice has it been won in the last 15 years by players that weren't the first overall pick in their draft.
Ooh.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. Played ahead. Kucherov sends it down into the Toronto zone. Tucked into the corner by David Kampf. In around the boards, left wing side now for Brody. Long lead pass at center. Kampf is able to punch it in over the line. Trying to get it in a little deeper, but it comes to an open wing. Leafs have to evacuate. Now brought back in. The linesman says that's onside, but I'm not too sure. Round on the board. Never mind. It's out now, so that's moot point. Right wing side. Brought in over the line by Hagel. Hagel goes around back of the Toronto goal. Kampf checking him. Into the corner. Hagel plays it back to the net. Stick got knocked out of the hands of Kampf, but he does a nice job watching the World Cup, kicking that puck into the corner, and the Leafs are going to get it out. Did you watch any of it, Mr.
Oh,
Buck?
yes.
Boy, the final was as good a sporting event, I think, as you could possibly watch. It really was.
I mean, usually a 2-0 lead in soccer, and it's done.
Done. There the Lightning getting it out at center and across the line. Nice feed in for Killorn. And then the shot went off a leg and went harmlessly wide. Played back to the net by Sandin. Liljegren double teamed in the corner. Marner trying to help out. Chipped around back of the net. Sandin has it up to Tavares, and Tavares skates it out with a pass to Marner. He's across the line. Marner with a shot. Oh, and he got that through, and Vasilevsky was tested there. Good blocking arm save made. Sergachev back behind the Tampa Bay goal with 4 minutes to play in the first period. Still no score. Lightning taking their time, getting back into the zone. Now swung out on the right side for Kucherov. Played ahead and in over the line off Bogosian's stick. Hall nailed by Bogosian, but back on his skates. The puck along the boards. Not out. Matthews is able to chip it ahead, and Nylander has some room. In across the line, trying to split the defense, and it was knocked down. But now Matthews centers in front. Shot taken by Bunting was stopped by Vasilevsky. Played out at center ice. Fans looking for a penalty because Nylander got flattened. I thought it was a good hit. Now pass in front of Seth scores! Michael Bunting continues his hot hand.
Nylander was taken down earlier in the shift. Here he picks off his Sergachev pass up the boards. Nylander's able to cut it off, throw it to the slot, and Michael Bunting, almost from the exact same spot he got stopped seconds earlier, rips it up and over the right shoulder of Vasilevsky with a one-timer. Sergachev fans on his attempt to get it up the right wing boards. Nylander picks it off, looks to the high slot. He had Austin Matthews in front. And the Leafs, on their 12th shot of the period, lead it 1-0.
8th goal of the season for Michael Bunting, who had his point streak snapped. But, boy, he really got a hold of that in a hurry, did he not?
Little half slapper from the high slot.
Puck down into the Tampa Bay zone. Brody trying to keep it in, does so. Down back of the net now for Anderson. The Leafs, Anderson trying to get it back to the blue line, and it's poked out at center ice and now chipped into the Toronto zone. Timmins to Brody. Brody does well to make up for a mistake there and got the puck free. Well, that's just poise and understanding, right? I've got a problem here, but if I do this and he doesn't get by me, the problem is no longer there. But just a heads-up play on a tough play by T.J. Brody. Corey Perry will send it down into the Toronto end. Sandin for Marner in the near corner. Marner taken to the boards, doesn't get the puck free. It comes back to the point. Perbix to the left wing side. Hedman with a whistling drive went over top of the net. Tavares takes his man down, and a shot from the point is covered up there by Murray, with Corey Perry sitting on his shoulders almost, and a face-off coming in the Toronto zone.
I'd ask you that question. Two players that were not number one overall picks that won the Richard Trophy. You just said one of their names. Won it with Anaheim. Corey Perry.
Corey Perry. Oh, right.
The other one, David Pastrnak.
Right. Okay.
With Boston. I thought that was an interesting look, because you've got both Steven Stamkos and Austin Matthews in this game that have won the award, but obviously both first overall picks.
Pass down into the left wing corner. Gobbled up there by Camp. Played along, but Hedman intercepts. Back to the point. Perbix with a shot just wide of the net. Brody ran to the board. Quickly plays it around on the near side for Kerfoot. He'll get it out off a Tampa Bay player. Racing after it was Engvall, but he couldn't come up with it. Now the Lightning getting it out at center ice. Pass intercepted by Toronto. Brody on the near boards. Circles back into his own end. Leafs are trying to get a change started. Brody gets it ahead for Kerfoot. Kerfoot will get it into the zone. Took a bit of a high stick there from Chernik, but no call. And now it's brought out into the center ice area again with 1:09 to go in the first period.
By the way, Michael Bunting's goal is his 100th point as a member of the Toronto, or 100th point of his NHL career.
All right. Icing call here against Toronto. Will be brought back into the zone.
You're right. Bunting had his point streak snapped in Washington, the 5-2 loss. Had a 10-game point streak before that. Right now, Austin Matthews has his point streak on the line. The last 9 games, he's in 7 goals, 17 points. Like we were saying, Tampa Bay Lightning have had a season full of point streak so far. And Brendan Hagel's coming in on a 5-game, 9-point streak.
Matthews outfights his man for a loose puck. Bunting got it back to the point. Liljegren a shot, and it was just off the mark wide on the near side. Sandin stolen by Nylander. Another loose puck in front of the goal. Poked wide by Matthews. It's out in front of the net again. Down goes Bunting in front of the net. Penalty coming here to Tampa Bay after a couple of glorious chances. Marner to Matthews. Back it goes to Sandin. Pass in front of the net. Bunting trying to redirect. Didn't work. Back to the point again. Liljegren having it intercepted, and now with 17.2 seconds left in the period. Penalty coming here to Cole.
No, it's going to be a tripping call. The fans wanted one when Nylander was taken down earlier in the period. But this all starts when Austin Matthews wins a battle right at the Tampa blue line. And Willie Nylander does a great job to tip it away from Ian Cole and then get an opportunity on Vasilevsky. Shots are 12-4. Leafs could easily have 3 or 4 goals here in the opening period. Vasilevsky's been great, and the Leafs have missed some opportunities off the side of the net or wide.
Oh, the Leafs will have to put the hurry-up offense into effect here.
5 forwards.
17.2 seconds left in the period. Draw one by no one. The puck squirts to the near wing. Backhanded to the line and out. Foot race here. Nylander having to hustle back. And he's able to get back before Anthony Cirelli could do anything. And then Willie lost an edge and crashed into the inboards. And then a hit here on Marner. And that's drawn some people. Belmar.
Especially right at the buzzer. And this is the way you would hope the Leafs would respond. Remember, they got an extra guy on the ice as well. But this is a bit of a cheap shot right at the buzzer. I mean, this is not about a scoring chance, and Michael Bunting is the one they get off the ice first.
Forcibly, I may add.
You know what? Imagine this against Kucherov or Stamkos.
And Chernik has gone over there just come on back out and play. Come on back, step over this line and get thrown out of the game.
Man, this is, I mean, we sort of had fun with Cale Makar saying to a referee that it wasn't a penalty. This is one of those things when a player's got, you take responsibility. This is just a cheap shot. When you know the power or the period is over, there's no play. It's about to go, and you're going to take a run at one of their top players. So they get away with it with roughing, but we all know, even though Marner had the puck at the time he was hit, let's put this into the cheap shot category, and hopefully the Leafs keep this as a long memory from now till the spring.
Willie Nylander got the last word in. Furman Solch, along with Jean Hebert, are the referees. Steve Barton and Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly really forcibly fired Bunting out the door. Yeah. That was maybe a little extra force involved there, too.
You hate to say it, but if you see Kucherov or Stamkos or Braden Point along the boards, you got a chance to give them a little extra shot when they're not looking. Now you pretty much feel we've got to respond to what they've done to us earlier, and it was Mitch Marner, and I think that makes it worse.
So we'll step aside for Gord Stellick and Brent Gunning. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Leafs have a 1-0 lead to carry to the second period and start the second frame on the power play as Michael Bunting scored his 8th of the year from Nylander at 16:45. On a sidebar, William Nylander outshot the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-4.
Yeah, I used to go back to that last moment and that shot from behind Belmar on Mitch Marner. And you would hope at some point in this game, because, I mean, to me, these are the things that leak over.
And they carry over.
Well, and into the postseason as well. So they think, hey, we can run at their big guys. They're not going to do anything.
No. Which is probably one of the reasons why Dryden Hunt is acquired for Denny Malgin.
And look, and I'm not saying, because we all know that if you retaliate, it's going to be worse than if you were the aggressor. The retaliator is, whether it's suspensions or anything else. We've seen that with Pierre Engvall. We've seen it with Austin Matthews of late, which is fine. And you know that's the way it's done. But sometimes it might be worth it in December, January to take one.
Absolutely. And across the line, shot by Nylander around the boards. Tavares got it back to the blue line. Marner's pass hit a leg. He gets it again, but running out of room, and it's poked down the ice in a foot race, but it's on the fresh ice, sliding right into goaltender Murray, who plays it away from Brandon Hagel, who was trying to give chase. Leafs with 5 forwards. No, sorry, Sandin on the ice. So we got one defenseman back there, and he has it now. Into the corner for Nylander. Swung around back of the net for Marner. Marner challenged, goes into the corner. Tavares banking it back to the blue line to Sandin. Back to Tavares. Now into the corner, pass by Marner. Looking in front of the net. Tavares trying to find room as it goes to Matthews. Back to the blue line again for Sandin. Back to Matthews. Room to shoot, and he does, and he scores! Austin Matthews with that wicked snapshot into the top shelf. It's 2-0 Toronto.
And you give Mitch Marner credit. He goes right to the top of the crease and provides a screen in front of Vasilevsky. And Austin Matthews has some room from the left point. Walks in, and this is vintage Austin Matthews. Head up all the way, drifts in for another 5 feet. And then really a double screen, as you had both Tavares and Mitch Marner in front of the Tampa goaltender very quickly. Here in the second period, the Leafs have capitalized to double their lead.
And Matthews' streak continues.
Now at 10 games.
There's Engvall shooting it in off the glass and into the zone. Down the boards, Kerfoot got it back to the net. Camp couldn't come up with it. Played into the slot, cut off there by Engvall. He's unable to keep it in though, and the Lightning come to center. Pass off a skate, but a couple of Leafs fall. Now the Lightning with a chance on the right wing side. Sharp angle shot, handled nicely there by Murray. Into the near corner. Brody is able to fish it away and had it hit him. The puck comes in front of the Leaf goal, and the Leafs rather sloppy there for a moment. Just get it out at center ice. Pass into the neutral zone. Stamkos works in with a backhand to send it around back of the net. Brody up against the boards far side. Challenged in there. Holmberg trying to help out. Brody along the boards, chipping at it. Brody had it in his skates, gobbled up by Killorn, played back along the boards, and the Leafs are able to dig it free. Aston Reese out at center ice. Rink wide for Hall. Hall goes wide on the defense, got the shot away, but it was wide, and it is caromed all the way out and down the ice into the Leaf zone.
And number 16, Mitch Marner. Time goal, 101. Matthews from
Sandin and Marner drawing the assists on the Matthews goal, his 17th. Pass almost intercepted there by Tavares at the blue line, but Liljegren is unable to get it into the zone. Now shot by Giordano into the zone. Down the boards into the corner it comes. Round back of the net to the near corner in the Tampa Bay zone. Rung around to the far point. Giordano sends it towards the net where it's deflected, and it went off of Vasilevsky over top of the net. Excuse me?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Brought out at center ice now by Cirelli.
We're going to have do a replay, an audio replay on that.
At the point, Tampa Bay with the puck back to Hedman. Hedman to his defense partner, a shot off a leg, bounces wide of the Leaf net, and Toronto's Liljegren has it under control.
I miss playing.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because I'm sure if there was anybody that had a better quip than you at times, I would be shocked.
It's more the vile language that you could get away with back then.
Shot down the ice by Tampa Bay. The Leafs have to go back. Timmins on the wing for Brody. Brody got it ahead for Holmberg. Nicely spun off on the left wing side. Shot into the zone here by Camp, but he can't get to the puck, and Tampa Bay has it under control back of their own net. Hedman on the left wing gets the pass to center. Long shot, nope, faked it. Sends it around the boards into the far corner. Puck knocked away by Camp, and down the left wing boards he goes. Into the near corner now on the right side for Timmins. Trying to get it in front of the net. He had Kerfoot roaring to the far post. Lightning bring it in over the line. Drop pass into the slot. Kerfoot's diligent back checking took that away from Hagel. Puck at the blue line. Almost stolen by Kerfoot. And if he had stolen it, he was going to be away to the races as an errant pass goes high over the glass and out of play.
Well, Leafs only allowing one shot so far here in the second period. And you got to love what you've seen out of Toronto. I mean, back-to-back losses on the road in New York and in Washington. And now you face a team that has been to the Stanley Cup Finals the last 3 years. Won it 2, and we talked about this before. This has got to be as close to a dynasty as you can get in today's NHL.
I agree.
Even though they haven't won 3 in a row, just the fact that they've had so much success in the postseason.
Armin Zagarian doing the producing. Andrew Hammond running the operation. And the Leafs with a 2-0 lead as it's cleared into the Tampa Bay zone. Sergachev back in his own end. Drops it back. Gets it returned. Played it ahead on the right wing side for Bogosian. Back to Sergachev. Up on the right side for Kucherov. Trying to feather it through there to Braden Point, who was trying to get to the front of the net. Leafs are able to poke it around back of the goal. Nylander has launched it on the backhand high to center ice. Back come the Tampa Bay Lightning. A drop pass for Point this time. He's tied up along the wall. Oh, a hit from behind by Kucherov is going to be penalized. Getting up, and it's Michael Bunting. Here's Nylander. Around back of the net, centers in front of the net for Marner. And it's touched.
See, and this is probably only going to be 2. But again, you want to see, especially if the Leafs can get a few... Interference. Well, I guess when you take a guy into the boards from behind and the puck's nowhere near him, it's technically interference. Maybe tripping because you knocked him off his feet. I mean, this is a dangerous play. I mean, this has got to be as close to a major. Let's go back to Kyle Clifford in the game 1 of the playoffs against Tampa.
Wow. 5:49 the time, but you can make them pay with another power play goal. And the draw scrum. Drop back to the blue line. Marner looks back. 5 forwards on the ice now. Left wing side, Matthews with a shot. Where's the puck? It comes back to the blue line. Marner is there. Walks the line. Still with it. Marner to the near side for Nylander. Nylander, a pass to the side of the net. Tavares, backhand try. Loose puck in front. Down is Vasilevsky. And he is able to get a glove on it.
This time it was Michael Bunting again that had some opportunities on the short side. You like the fact that the Leafs get the puck to the net. Sheldon Keefe is going to continue with the 5 forwards. 1:37 still to go. John Tavares had the first few opportunities, and then Michael Bunting came in.
Draw to the left of Vasilevsky. 2-0 Toronto. 21-5 the shots. And the Leafs win the draw. Marner, left wing side. Matthews! Oh, he just grazed the post. And the rebound is ricocheted all the way down into the Leaf end. Marner backpedals behind the Toronto goal. He starts out. Marner to center. Marner to the line. Marner in on the right wing. Shoots! Oh, and a pad save made there, and now shot down the ice.
I think
by Tampa Bay.
Marner was looking for the rebound. Off that right pad of Vasilevsky, got it, but...
Nylander now. He works in, and he couldn't get it on the backhand. Then overskated the puck. Cleared around on the wing. Caught there by Marner. Rink wide pass Nylander. Far side, back to the blue line. Matthews to Marner. Shot wide. Nylander in front. Bunting back to the point. Marner to Matthews, a shot, and that deflected wide as Matthews' stick broke.
Boy, what a great opportunity that was. Again, top of the left wing circle. One-timer gets fanned on because of the broken stick.
Leafs changing, and they're going to get a defenseman out there with 28 seconds left to go. In fact, two of them, Giordano and Timmins. Yarncrook off Timmins and down into the zone. Engvall up against the boards. Puck comes free. Yarncrook plays it into the corner again. Here's a pass back to the blue line. Giordano holds, middle of the ice, dished off Yarncrook, far side, back to Giordano again, to Yarncrook, to Giordano once more. Shot coming, deflected up into the screen as the penalty expires.
The shots on goal with 12:09 to go here in the second are 24-5, favoring the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2-0 on the scoreboard, but they have dominated the first 28 minutes of this game.
You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Joe Bowen along with Jim Ralph, Bunting and Matthews the goal scorers, one on the power play. The Maple Leafs with a 2-0 lead here on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Leafs trying to win their 12th game on home ice and their 20th game of the season.
The Leafs have been able to win 57% of the face-offs in this game as well.
They don't win this one as it goes around back of the net, but not cleared. Kept in at the blue line. Fed in by Liljegren. Down around the boards to the near side, and Hedman will play it off into the corner. Long lead pass. Apparently, no, the icing is waved off now because the Leafs didn't get back to it, but it was a late decision there by the linesman. Kept in now for Hedman. Hedman with a shot off a leg. Leafs trying to counter, and it'll be brought out at center ice by Zach Aston-Reese. And he puts himself offside as it was knocked off his stick right at the blue line. And a face-off is coming in the neutral zone with 11:35 to play here in the second period.
And one player, we talked about all the players that have put up great numbers for the Tampa Bay Lightning. One of them whose numbers have not been what they were even a year ago is Victor Hedman. Just one goal on the season for Hedman, who hit the 20-goal mark, an 85-point mark. Those career highs in goals and assists last year. With just one goal and 17 points this season.
Well, what a stud he is, isn't he? Here's Bunting trying to knock it in. He did! And he batted it towards the net out of midair, and Vasilevsky had to make a pretty good save.
Referee had his arm up to signal it would have been high sticking had it gone in.
Brought in over the line now by the Lightning, but that is offside. And so it's coming back into the neutral zone.
This was a pretty good one from our buddy down the way, Stan, who comes in and gives us some interesting stats as well. Only two goaltenders. I gotta find.
Gotta find it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You dance for me?
No, yeah.
All right.
2-0 Toronto here in the second period.
Only two goaltenders have led the NHL in wins 5 consecutive seasons. Obviously, the obvious answer is the Tampa Bay Gold. We talked about franchises. Vasilevsky is one. The only other one, Terry Sawchuk.
Wow.
In the 1950 to 55 seasons.
Brought in by Brandon Hagel, but his shot was well wide. And the rebound comes to center ice. Brought to the blue line and in, but the Leafs come away with it. Hall to Brody. Tipped off the wing. Unable to reach it in time, though, was Matthews. And the puck back in the center ice area. Hagel in across the line. Scoops it into the left wing corner. Cirelli taken to the boards there. The Leafs are able to turn it away. Brought out now by Camp. Straight down the right wing boards. Works into the corner. Working around back of the net. Scooped it along. Sergachev was able to knock it away from him. And the Lightning get it out at center ice with Cirelli. Long shoot in by Hedman was well wide of the goal. Leafs regrouping the puck. Liljegren. A pass deflects in off Camp. Down in along the boards. Back of the net. Lightning had 4 shots in the first period. They are still stuck at 5. Maroon down in the Leaf zone, around back of the net. Came to the side of the goal, came in front. Kerfoot got rid of it, and Giordano gets rid of it even more. This time icing against Toronto.
9:37 to go here in the second period, so just 1 shot for Tampa here in the second period. They're held to 4
Were
in
you
the
listening
first.
to what I just said?
Well, I was counting up the shots. Did you just say that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, you are
You
right.
never do listen to me, do you?
You're right.
Oh, thank you.
You said 5, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But your point is well made. Here's a loose puck in front of the goal. Stamkos trying to get around it off the face-off, and a hooking call is going to come to Toronto.
Boy, that looked like a running back that found a hole. The line of scrimmage, didn't it? The puck bounced. Stamkos jumped on it, busted the net, and a pretty good penalty to take if you're Timothy Liljegren.
Hooking call, and Tampa to their first power play. You're listening to Molson Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Face-off will come in the Toronto zone. First power play opportunity for the Tampa Bay Lightning as Liljegren is in the box for hooking.
Tampa's been red hot on the power play.
Sort of.
Well, scored in 16 of their last 19 games.
But the sort of, they're 32nd in the league and giving up 7 shorthanded goals.
They're the most exciting team in the league.
Okay, let's do that. Here's Lightning across the line. Poke check. It goes into the corner. Kucherov lost it. Played around back of the net. Leafs unable to clear. Marner does get it freed up, though. David Camp to center, trying to chip it in for Marner too far, and the Leafs will get a change of penalty killing forwards. Hedman dropping it back. Brought on by Brandon Hagel. Hagel across the line, slides it around the boards to the far side. Kucherov had it knocked into the air. The Leafs, Yarncrook starts away. Left wing side and in over the line for Kerfoot. Back to Yarn. Oh! Intercepted by Stamkos, and he almost scored on his own net. That's the best pair of hands we've seen so far. Back to the point. Fed off by Sergachev to Stamkos. On the right wing side, a shot blocked. Rebound to Timmins. Shoots it out and down the ice. Rasmus Sandin has gone to the Leaf locker room, but no update on what that might entail. Drop pass and brought on by Ross Colton. Colton in on the wing, and he completely fanned on the shot. But the Lightning get the rebound. Back to the point to Killorn. Into the slot, a shot wide. Rebound on the near side. Shot to the line, not out. Good play by Sergachev to keep it in. Down in the corner. Colton sends it around on the boards. 9 seconds in the power play. Lightning trying to get in front. Sprawling block made there by Brody. Brody can't get it back to the net, though. Lightning into the corner for Colton. Liljegren is out of the penalty box, and goaltender Murray is onto the puck to stop play with Corey Perry on the doorstep.
Actually, the second unit has been pretty successful for the Tampa Bay Lightning as well. There's Corey Perry out there. He's got 3 power play goals. 3 of his 5 goals have come in the power play. He's actually had 9 points in his last 6 games. So you love that kind of production, don't you, from your 3rd, 4th line guys?
Boy, Steven Stamkos just did pull that puck off the goal line, didn't he?
I'm guessing not all the shorthanded goals have been like that.
No.
That was certainly close enough, I guess, if you're John Cooper.
Played out by Nylander to center. Bunting going back there after Chernik. Chernik got around him. Played up on the left wing side and across the Toronto line by Ian Cole. Cole's pass, though, intercepted. Leafs punch it ahead. Timmins into the rush with a pass on the left wing side for Bunting. Looking for Matthews in the corner. Chipped around back of the net. Won't reach Nylander. And the Lightning have it in their own zone. 6:50 to go, second period. 2-0 Toronto. Bouncing puck is fed into the zone. Liljegren has to go back for it for the Maple Leafs. Band on a pass, but gets it ahead to Tavares. On the right wing side, fed for Timmins, and Connor Timmins shoots it in. What an addition he's been. As it's sent the length of the ice by the Lightning, and an icing call here against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Technically, he's got a point streak coming in as well. Connor Timmins has 5 assists in his last 3 games. 6 assists in 6 games overall for the Leafs.
Good way to make an impact and an impression.
But you got Morgan Riley starting to skate. I hope to get him back soon. So you've got to make some decisions.
Yes, you do.
But then, as we see, Rasmus Sandin goes to the dressing room. So
yep, some of the decisions get made for you, right? Pass on the near boards for Marner. Marner in tight quarters. Back to Liljegren. Got a shot away, was blocked. Brody will send it to the side of the net. Tavares back of the goal. To Marner in front. Oh, he was looking to try and deflect that out in front. And Nylander was, or was that Yarncroc maybe in front of the net?
Yeah, it was Yarncroc.
Yep.
Very nearly redirects the Mitch Marner attempt. And you know that's exactly what Marner was doing. Trying to find the backdoor tip from a teammate. Faceoff will stay in the Tampa zone to the right of Vasilevsky, and going to get the 4th line come out on his Holmberg with Aston Reese and Joey Anderson. We've had the big lines. The big boys have found the back of the net tonight. This is where you would love to get that 3rd, 4th line contribution.
Punched into the corner. Leafs trying to pry it free, but when it does, it's onto the stick of the Lightning and carried to center ice. And on the wing for Nicholas Paul, he sends it into the corner. Chipped along the boards. And then stolen by Stamkos. Bounced back to the blue line. Just kept in there by Bogosian. Now to Sergachev. Closing Kucherov, and he fired it high and wide. Bogosian keeps it in and sends it around into the near corner where the Leafs cut it off. Hall getting it ahead at center. Here's Holmberg sending it down into the Lightning zone as the Leafs get their defense change. Aston Reese got a gift up on the wing and fanned on it. I think he was anticipating that Vasilevsky wasn't going to get back into the net. But it never materialized. Now Engvall poked off his stick at the blue line. Lightning back in on the right side, trying to drive the net. Sprawling play made again there by the Leafs defense. Good play by Timmins. Kept alive now by the Lightning. Belmar played around back of the net. Timmins and Brody unable to come away with it. Belmar back to the point. Long shot high and wide of the Leaf goal. Chipped to the line but not out. And Toronto gets control of it again. Timmins back of the goal for Brody. Brody will just play it out into neutral ice, where it's played in over the line for Engvall. Engvall trying to center, he did! Poke check made there nicely by Vasilevsky.
Nice play by Engvall too. Pulls up, waits, and then throws it to the front of the net looking for the late man coming.
Namestnikov for the Lightning gets it down into the Leaf end with 4:10 left to go in the second period. 2-0 Toronto. Nylander. High pass, knocked down by Bunting. Can't get it to Matthews. Matthews diligently back checking and makes a nice play to take the puck away momentarily. Kept alive now by the Lightning into the corner. Ross Colton back of the net. Matthews stole it again, but it comes around to the point to Ian Cole. Cole will backhand into the corner. Lightning back of the Leaf net. Maroon unable to get it in front. Tries the far side once more for Ross Colton. Back to the point it comes. Back into the corner. Now Murray got knocked off stride as Maroon skated right behind him. And the Leafs are going to get it out at center.
This is between the net and Matt Murray. That is the route that Maroon chose. And the referee very sternly pointed.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't think Maroon will do that again.
No. Oh, you get a stern point. Here's Marner working in over the line into the zone. Marner gets the shot in on goal. That was stopped. There was a rebound. And then it was cleared back into the Toronto end. Under 3 minutes to play in the second. 2-0 Toronto. Leafs moving from left to right on your radio dial. Played ahead at center for Tavares. He's by the defense. He's in alone. Couldn't score and couldn't backhand it, and stick-handled himself behind the net. Shot in on goal is scooped up by Vasilevsky.
Well, that goes to show you how good Vasilevsky was at staying with him. Tavares has a straight line to the net from the left wing boards just inside the blue line and tries to get Vasilevsky to take himself down and out of the play, and the Tampa goaltender just stays with him. And Tavares eventually concedes and tries to go behind the net.
You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone. 2-0 Toronto. Bunting and Matthews the goal scorers. And Nylander knocking the puck back at the net. Tried to scoop it in front of the goal and couldn't get it to Matthews as the Lightning break it out at center. Kucherov across the line, dropping the puck back as it comes on the left wing side into the slot. A shot deflects over top of the Leaf goal off the stick of Eric Chernak. Matthews too far for Bunting. Chernak again at the point, works to the middle. Shot is kicked away nicely there by Murray, and he had to get over to stop the rebound. Brody will send it down to the blue line. Under 2 minutes to play in the period.
And Blaine Sandin is still unavailable on the Leaf bench. So just saw Justin Hall out with Timothy Liljegren.
Cole on the far side. Rink wide pass for Hall. Hall to center, shoots it into the zone. Leafs are changing. Puck down around back of the net. Grabbed off by Tampa Bay and brought out into the center ice area. Stolen back by the Leafs. Fed back down into the Lightning end. Hedman scoops it around on the boards. Perry couldn't get it out for him. And then Hedman takes down the Leaf player without any interference call. Now Aston Reese unable to steal. Puck back in the Tampa Bay zone, reorganized. Played up on the wing. Hedman shooting it in. Out of the goal comes Murray. Plays it up on the wing for Giordano. Giordano launches it high to center ice. Tavares racing after it. Rubbed his man out nicely there. Puck around back of the net. Long lead pass for Corey Perry. Perry gets it in over the line. Brody gets back to knock it away from Point, but Point continues on with a pass. That's intercepted by Marner, and Marner's away. Marner to the line and in. Marner one hands to Tavares. Back pedal to the far side for Yarncrook. Centering pass. Timmins couldn't get a shot away, and the Lightning will get it out at center and play it into the Leaf end with 20 seconds left.
I think Timmins was trying to get it back to John Tavares when he could have just tried to wind up and hammer it.
Leafs get it out at center. Marner across the line again. Tries to send it towards the front of the goal. The Lightning will play it around to the near corner, but the final seconds are going to tick down here. Without another try at goal, and the Leafs will be content to go to the dressing room having outshot the Tampa Bay Lightning 28-8 and lead 2-0.
15-4 were the shots in the first period. 13-4 the shots in period number 2. The scary thing is the Tampa Bay Lightning are one bounce away from getting right back in this game. So the Leafs got to keep the foot in the gas here for the third period.
Bunting from Nylander in the first. Matthews from Sandin and Marner on the power play in the second. 2-0 Leafs. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Back here at Scotiabank Arena, the Leafs with a 2-0 lead in the second period was brought to you by Express Pro. Make hiring easier with the workforce experts. Hiring is about finding the right person. So let the team at Express Employment Professionals recruit for you. Visit expresspros.com.
Well, it's official. Rasmus Sandin will not return tonight. So seems like as soon as you get somebody ready to come back, don't worry.
Don't worry, because
we'll make room for you.
Yeah. But is it? I mean, that's the way it is. Oh, everybody.
A lot of teams, yeah.
Who's coming out? Who's coming? Then all of a sudden, guess what? We don't have to worry about someone coming out.
I don't think I ever remember the defense corps getting it like the Leafs defense corps has.
This year, yeah. I agree.
I mean, and at one time you have Muzzin Riley and TJ Brody out at the same time. Jordy Ben gets a chance, gets hurt. Victor Mete gets a chance, gets hurt. You know, then you make the deal for Connor Timmins that looked like it was a depth deal, and now you're going, wow, might be a bit of a diamond in the rough.
Well,
and then you worry about, you know, you're extending minutes for Liljegren and Sandin, and yet they really have had some growth through this stretch where they've had added minutes, added responsibilities, but Sandin will not return here for the third period.
Just underway. The Leafs to the right and the Lightning to the left. 2-0 Toronto to carry to the third period. Lightning bank it out at center. Giordano knocked it away there from Killorn. Now brought in over the line by Nicholas Paul into the corner, and Liljegren rings the boards with it. Nylander is able to poke it to the line, but not out. Shot high and around back of the net. Chopped on the boards then by Giordano. Out at center ice for Matthews. Couldn't get around one defender. Gets it again on the near side and shoots it in. Vasilevsky back of the goal. Dishing it off into the corner. Up on the wing for Killorn. Played to the Leaf zone. Hall will go back. Both teams are changing. Lead pass for Marner. Played in over the line for Tavares. That was broken up. Played out at center ice now by the Lightning. And Nemestikov gets it up on the wing, and Stamkos sends it down into the Leaf end. Leafs back of the goal. Knocked down there was Marner, or Tavares, but he got it ahead. Leafs are able to poke it to the line, but not out. Stamkos around back of the goal. Stamkos to the far boards, plays it back, and it comes all the way to center ice. Ian Cole had no chance keeping that in.
The Leafs are very fortunate there. Justin Hall had a pass picked off for Tavares coming out of the zone.
Hall takes his man out. The scrum continues as it comes back to the point. Sergachev on the wing, and the pass into the corner. Kucherov centered. Knocked away there by Murray. Kucherov getting it back to the point. Kept in by the Lightning. Their best sustained pressure in a while. And the Leafs are going to ice the puck. So it's coming back into the Toronto zone.
And that says a lot, doesn't it? I agree with you. It was probably their best shift.
Yeah.
For offensive zone time that we've seen in this game. And it didn't really result in a scoring chance. But it was noticeable because of that. But like we said, Tampa's so dangerous that even though you feel like you've dominated them, they're one power play goal or one fortunate break or one great play away from getting right back into this game.
Back of the goal. Tavares couldn't get it. It came out in front, but it was knocked to the blue line. Kept in there by Tampa Bay. Point. Back of the net. Got it away from Brody. Sent to an open wing on the near side. Lightning pinch to try and keep it alive. Sergachev down the boards. It comes in front of the net. Unable to get a shot away. Now Hedman to the point. Shot blocked. Leafs are just going to play it out at center.
Boy, how about that shot block? John Tavares gets it off the middle of his blade, about a foot off the ice, and just knocks it straight down and chips it out.
Hedman up on the wing and backhands it down into the Toronto zone. Timmins around back of the net, slid it to the line and out. Bogosian's going to shoot it right back in again. Leafs have not really had any zone time at all. Off the boards now for Camp. Got it ahead. Zach Aston Reese sends it down into the zone. Leafs after it and around. Back at the net of shot. Oh, what a chance there. Aston Reese is stopped by Vasilevsky.
That was Joey Anderson that came in with that big hit behind the net and threw it out to the top of the crease.
Camp gets it off on the wing for Brody. He'll get to center and shoot it in. Lightning back in their own end. Chipped on the near side. And Corey Perry backhanding it now to Bogosian. Pass off a skate. Goes to the wing to Nylander. Nylander playing it around back of the net. Vasilevsky played it up on the wing. Maroon will get it to center. And the Leafs go back for it. Giordano getting it back from his defense partner. Played it ahead on the wing, but Bunting couldn't get it in deep. Here's Paul getting it in on the left wing. A shot steered wide nicely there by Murray. Leafs playing it on the glass, and this is going to go the length of the ice. And an icing charge against Toronto again. Leafs kind of sitting back a little bit, trying to hope for a counter punch, but
yeah, you're trying to find that balance where you're not spending that much time in your own end. That doesn't mean you have to have defensemen starting to cheat or pinch when you got it in the other team's end. But from a Leafs standpoint, I don't think you want to get too passive. And
what a great chance Aston Reese had, though. My goodness. Here's a loose puck in front. They score! Right off the face-off. The Tampa Bay Lightning get a break, and Vladislav Namestnikov makes it 2-1.
It's his second of the year and his second against the Leafs. He scored in Tampa. And right here, it was off the draw. It comes back. Looks like the Leafs have won the draw, but Connor Timmins overskates it because it goes off the right skate of Matthews after he had won it. So Matthews actually accidentally kicks it through Connor Timmins' legs, and Namestnikov just took it to the net and got his own rebound on Matt Murray. So we talked about how you let Tampa hang around and they're one break away from getting back into it. Well, they're back into it.
Puck in the Toronto zone. Chipped out at center. Maybe a 2-on-1 break here. Here's Bunting in over the line. Playing it around back of the net instead. And it comes to the blue line and kept in by Toronto. Bunting had his stick lifted and the puck stolen back there. Played it around the boards on the near side. Kucherov got it up on the wing. Brody took his man down. The puck is around back of the Toronto goal. Marner up ahead. It goes to Brody. Brody will shoot the puck in wide of the net. Missing a hit there from Killorn. Down into the corner, Sergachev. Yarncrook couldn't come up with it. The Leafs steal. Marner with it. Chipping it off to Giordano, and his shot was well wide. Liljegren to Marner. Marner to the far boards. Works off the wall, stops. Centering pass for Tavares, a shot, and it went off a stick and kind of fluttered. And Vasilevsky made a good save on a shot that was a lot more difficult than it looked.
And it was Sergachev that came out and got a stick on it. And you're right. Vasilevsky's first reaction is to go to his right, and then the puck flips up, changes directions, it goes back the other way, but Vasilevsky's able to get the glove up and snag it. It's amazing how the Leafs barely ice the puck. Face off in their own end, and it's a 2-1 game.
Draw to the left in the Tampa Bay zone. Won by the Lightning. Into the corner for Braden Point. Chipped high to center ice. Back checking was Tavares to free it up. Now Marner tried to play it in. And there's a whistle for some reason.
I think they all felt that it or went into the Tampa bench.
Oh, maybe. Anyway, everybody kind of looking around, wondering why the play was stopped.
Well, 5.5 minutes into the third period, the Lightning have already equaled the shot totals they've had in each of the first two periods. Outshooting the Leafs 4-1. Here in the third, the Leafs had outshot Tampa 15-4 in the first, 14-4 in the second. 31-12 overall, but guess what? We're in a tight hockey game now.
Face off right at center ice, which probably indicates that the officials had no idea what was going on, so just face it off here. Down into the Tampa Bay zone it goes. Kerfoot couldn't get to it. Puck along the wall. Engvall lost it, and here's Hedman with room. In on the left wing, Hedman with a shot off the blocker of Murray, and it finds the screen and behind the Toronto goalkeeper.
Well, we got another game, and you'll remember that Timothy Liljegren didn't return to the Leafs lineup in the third period at Madison Square Garden in New York tonight as Rasmus Sandin, so that becomes a challenge when you've got 5D to get guys that are up and ready and not try to tire guys out. And as we've seen, it's not every combination works. Safe to say that Justin Hall and Jake Muzzin seem to be a struggle. But Justin Hall and TJ Brody, or Hall and...
Here's a giveaway, though, in the slot. Kucherov to Stamkos, couldn't pull the trigger. Engvall's pass was picked off. It bounces in on the near boards. Leafs get to it, play it out at center, and it's down to the Tampa Bay blue line. Al Kucherov coming back the other way, going wide on Hall. Got a shot away. Murray with the save. Shot taken by Stamkos was stopped. Lightning pressing. Hall on the boards for Engvall. Just lifted to center ice. Sergachev will go back for it. 13 and a half minutes to play in the third, and it's a 2-1 game. Leafs with the lead. Chipped out into the center ice area, played off the wing to the near side. Backhanded by Cirelli into the Leaf zone. Liljegren up on the wing for Aston Reese. Got it out at center. Hedman took down Joey Anderson. Puck to the blue line, and the Leafs have it again. Anderson, a pass ahead. In across the line comes Toronto on the left wing. Shot by Holmberg. He beat Vasilevsky, but not the goalpost. An icing call. Oh, wow. Waved off by the linesman. Centering pass. Sharp angle shot stopped by Murray. And it's cleared to the line, but not out. Now it's off a leg and out at center ice.
Well, that could have been a pretty important waved off icing.
I was going to say the same.
I thought it was similar to the one they did call an icing before the Tampa goal.
Hall in the near corner. Got it up ahead for Nylander. He'll get it out at center, but the Lightning are there to swing it back, but it goes all the way back into their own end. Ian Cole going back to retrieve it. Up on the left wing side for Pat Maroon. Maroon to Kernick, and he'll shoot it into the Toronto end. Hall hustles back, reverses the puck for Brody. Quickly up on the wing for Nylander, but he couldn't handle the pass. And now here the Lightning bringing it right back in over the line. Belmar plays it around back of the net. Fed by Maroon to the blue line. Near side, a drive by Sergachev was high over top of the net. At the point, Belmar tried to send it in on goal, and he did. And Murray found that with the glove and holds on. A little more discussion going on in front of the net. Corey Perry and TJ Brody. But a break in the action here. 2-1 Leafs. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Back here at Scotiabank Arena, the Maple Leafs with a 2-1 lead in the third period. As Nemestikov from Stamkos off a face-off win has given the Lightning a goal to cut the margin in half. Draw to the right of Matt Murray.
And you knew the push was coming from Tampa, and outshot the Leafs 9-2 so far here in the third period, and have the only goal.
Draw one by the Maple Leafs, fed ahead. Yarncrook gives it back to Giordano. Off on the wing, back to Giordano from Marner. Quickly played ahead, and Yarncrook sends it into the corner. Puck along the boards and now up on the wing. And the Lightning with a long lead pass have it go down into the Leaf zone. No icing. Round back of the net. Killorn plays it back to the point to Hedman. Hedman to Sergachev. Sergachev's pass blocked. Tavares trying to chip it out. Knocked out of the air nicely there by Hedman. But the Leafs have control of the puck now in their own zone. Giordano looks up ice, finds Engvall. He decides to give it back to the defenseman. Pass ahead, finds Kerfoot. Through the neutral zone and in. Shoots it into the right wing corner. Got there first. Looks to play it back to the point to Hall. Hall will ring the boards with it. It'll come around to the near wing. Chip to the line. Not out. Camp keeping it in. Lightning playing it up on the boards. And Hagel gets it to center. Double teamed over there. Cleared to the line and out.
Great back checking by David Kampf on that play.
Chernik sends it back into the Leaf end. Hall trying to extricate himself from traffic in the corner. The Leafs do by poking it on to Engvall. Engvall, a long alley-oop for Matthews. Matthews closing! In a goal! And a big save made there by Vasilevsky. Nylander keeps it in. Around back of the net, centered. To the point. Timmins shoots right on. Kicked away by Vasilevsky. Right wing side, Nylander again. Can't get it in front of the net. It's into the near corner. Comes out with it though. Pass on the wing. Matthews a shot. Vasilevsky the save.
Well, Vasilevsky
pretty good pressure here.
Yeah, but so good. Vasilevsky post to post.
Matthews again. Works in with a shot. Sharp angle from looking for the short side. Didn't reach it. Kept in by Timmins. Just over on the line to Liljegren. Liljegren into the corner. Round back of the net. Still with it. To Timmins at the point. Holds, shoots. That went off a stick and went wide. Timmins gets to the rebound. Can't get it in front of the net. Lightning trying to get it out. Do. And now get to the Leaf blue line and play it down into the corner. Liljegren back of the net. Stamkos has him tied up. Timmins nicely fed ahead and retrieved by Marner. Little alley-oop in on the wing. Yarncrook trying to settle it down. Couldn't do so. Kucherov got it off to Sergachev. Sergachev works in on the right side. He's just going to backhand it around the Toronto goal, and Hall has rung it around the boards. Yarncrook. Was that any different than the icing at the other end?
Nope.
That was waved off? Wow.
You could say Yarncrook looking up saying, really? And now they're talking with the referee. This might be the referee saying, I think the Leafs had won that battle and we're going to get the face-off at center ice instead of the Leafs zone. So we might have been right in our assessment.
Oh.
But we saw, I mean...
You know what? That'll learn them.
Oh, yeah. If we were right and they weren't?
No.
I think that's going to be brought up at Board of Governors meetings.
I'll table it. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, the Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph back here with 8:25 left to play in the third period. The Leafs with a 2-1 lead on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
35-17 the shots for the Leafs, but that number is getting closer in Tampa's favor. Although the Leafs at one time are being outshot 9-2 here in the third. Toronto's come back with the last 4 shots.
I am absolutely very impressed with your new work on mathematics, Mr. Ralph.
How would you know I'm right?
I
Out
know.
of all the people. I don't feel any better that you think I'm right.
No, but you say it with such authority that it makes you sound like it's right. Gotta be right. Pass into the slot, goes into the corner. Anderson playing it ahead. Now Holmberg trying to outfight his man, but can't get it out. Pass knocked down in front of the net. Loose puck in front, backhanded over the Leaf goal. Whoa, that was close. Corey Perry knocked down a pass. It comes back to the point, though. Here's a shot in traffic, knocked down again. Liljegren around on the board's far side. Holmberg trying to get it out, but can't. Still can't. Maroon into the corner. Finally, they get it freed up. And it's carried to center ice and just rolled into the Tampa Bay zone. Lightning with it in their territory, changing. Brought on and sent in by Brandon Hagel. Tipped into the corner. Sharp angle shot. Hanging on to it there at the short side was Matt Murray. And a face-off in the Toronto zone again. 6:55 to play in the third. 2-1 Toronto.
You know, you think in theory that's a harmless shot about 2 feet off the goal line, well to the right of Matt Murray, almost in the corner. But turn on the highlights every night. See how many of those find the back of the net.
Played into the Toronto zone off a face-off win. Liljegren Got it out for David Camp. Sent it back now to Hall, and he'll shoot it into the Tampa Bay zone. Vasilevsky back of the goal, just about had his pocket picked there by Alex Kerfoot. Kerfoot back in his own zone, plays it out at center. Sergachev had it knocked away by Camp. He chases after Hedman down in the zone. Engvall chipping it into the corner. Strides in, centers! Oh, and it was just out of the reach of Kerfoot.
I love Pierre Engvall out battling Victor Hedman on the far boards.
Two rather large lads. Now here's Point getting in with a shot that went off a leg and went wide. Kept alive now by the Lightning. Down the boards comes Chernak. Played around on the far side. Puck comes back to the point, but not out. Long shot, high and wide. Played to the line. Kept in again. Along the boards, Brody. Running out of room. Back of the net. Couldn't get it by Stamkos. Back into the corner for Stamkos. Works out into the slot. Pass to the near wing, Sergachev. And now Kucherov, for Stamkos, had his pocket picked, but he doesn't get it out, the Leafs. Stamkos, shot blocked. Leafs hanging on here. Poked out at center by Engvall, but he's got no gas to go after it. Right back in for Kucherov. Down the boards it goes. Marner around on the wing for Liljegren, and he gets it out at center ice. Now here's Nylander in with a shot. Oh, and he just, where is it? It's caught up in the equipment of Vasilevsky, but I don't think he knew where it was.
Boy, and that play came out of absolutely nowhere as everybody seemed to pull up on the Tampa side, and Willie Nylander just squeezed down the right wing boards and took it to the net.
So with 4:55 to go, the Leafs have a 2-1 lead. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. 4:55 to play. Leafs with a 2-1 lead on the Tampa Bay Lightning as it rolls into the goal crease area and is taken back of the net. Killorn can't get out against Bunting. Nick Paul ran into Matthews, who tried to center. And the Lightning will play it off the boards. Yeah. Wow. Just kept in by Matthews, but that was close. Lightning with it again. They'll get it out at center. Lost Colton. Couldn't get it into the zone cleanly, and the Leafs regroup it. Rink wide. Engvall. Long shoot in, goes wide of the net. Leafs are changing. Likewise, Tampa Bay. Brought out slowly. Cole got it up on the wing, looking for Perry as it goes down in around back of the net. Justin Hall got there to clear it ahead. Camp drops for Kerfoot. He's going to chip it into the right wing corner and go in after it. Played it around back of the net for Engvall. Back to Kerfoot. Kerfoot centers, no one there. He did not take a look. There was no one in a blue uniform anywhere near it. Cleared by the Leafs now back into the Tampa Bay zone. Bogosian back of the net. Up on the left wing it goes. And slashed in off the boards and into the Toronto end. Brody sent it to the line, not out. Long shot, well wide of the goal. Hedman is able to get the puck on the wing. The Leafs are going to get it to the line, but not. Now they do get it out and ends up going into the bench. Oh, every inch of ice is fought over here.
Timothy Liljegren that finally was able to force it out. Seems like the last 3 feet are the hardest, isn't it?
Yep. The draw outside the Toronto blue line. The officials are huddling for some reason.
I think they're discussing where did the puck go out, from inside the Leaf blue line or outside.
And they're going to say from inside. And so the face-off is going to be down in the Toronto zone. Is that going to change who Sheldon Keefe wants on the ice?
Leafs are looking at it themselves, and guess what? They don't agree with it. And Now, the referees, this is not a reviewable play, so it's not like the referees can go to the penalty box and take a better look at it. But we already saw how important face-offs are. That's how Tampa was able to score here in the third period after the Leafs were called for icing.
The Leafs make a change, and John Tavares will take the face-off and scrummed it and won it.
It actually went off a Tampa stick, Joe, watching the replay.
Off the face-off, it comes out into the center ice area. Hedman now for the Lightning at his own blue line. Long pass in on the left wing. Into the slot, it bounces away, and the Leafs are breaking. Marner working in over the line, waiting for reinforcements. A centering pass, and Tavares couldn't get a shot away. Tavares comes out of a scrum with it, though. Got a shot, weak one, handled easily by Vasilevsky. Engvall overskates the puck, and it's launched high to center ice. Marner knocked it down momentarily.
It's almost as if Tavares was surprised he got it, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it? It did look like. 2:18 to play. Keeping an eye on Vasilevsky. Point gets it to the line. Broken up at the Leaf defense. Gingerly played off the near boards into Tampa Bay territory. Sergachev will circle back to Braden Point. Point to center. Vasilevsky edging out of the net. There he goes. Extra attacker on the ice for the Lightning. Chipped along the boards by the Leafs. Carried out by Camp. On the wing and a shot. Scores! Engvall into the empty net.
Tampa dump it in, but never really get control of the puck of the Leaf zone with Vasilevsky on the bench. And this line has been so effective. Camp, Engvall, and Kerfoot. And it's Pierre Engvall that finishes it off after the clean exit out of the Leaf zone. And the 2-goal lead is restored with 1:46 to go here in the third.
And for Pierre Engvall, it is his 6th goal of the season. And David Camp made a really nice, clever little play to get it to him, didn't he?
Oh, I know. And for Engvall, 6 goals on the season, but 4 now in his last 8 games. I mean, this is, for me, as good a third line as we've seen over the last few years. With a little more of an identity. Kind of grinder-like, but can still create some offense.
Played down into the Tampa Bay zone. Errant pass for Point. Icing a possibility and will be called. As Hall got back to be in position.
I mean, I don't know how you feel. And now Pontus Holmberg has got a lot to do with this being able to have Kerfoot and David Camp in the same line. I can honestly say I wasn't as big a fan of having Kerfoot instead of the third line, Camp instead of the fourth line. I think you want to up the minutes of David Camp a little bit, and this really seems to be a good combination. Yes. And Pierre Engvall, I think, is playing as well as I've ever seen him play in a Leaf uniform. You're starting to see the plus size. The plus side of him
is the size, right?
And a little bit of finish.
Yep. Played in the backhand into the Toronto zone with 1:16 to play. There goes Vasilevsky to the bench again. Leafs with the puck in their own zone. Hall holds, chips it along on the wall. Aston Reese can't get it out. A shot is blocked. Leafs get it off on the wing. Marner is just going to airmail it high into Tampa Bay territory.
I'd like to see Austin Matthews maybe sneak one in for his second 2-goal game of the season.
Well, he's out there now. Played down into the zone. Willie Nylander after it. Got it freed up. Puck comes free, though, and the Lightning have it again. Down into the corner. Centering pass. Broken up. Played ahead. Willie's got it. Nylander in over the line. Nylander driving to an empty net. Scores! He blew by Victor Hedman like a hoop around a barrel.
Nevertheless, probably a more accurate score the way the majority of this game has gone as Nylander just takes it up the left wing boards, steps around his man and tucks it into the empty net. As the Leafs have outshot Tampa 40-19. And yeah, just Nylander puts on the afterburners to get around Hedman. And the Leafs, after losing back-to-back games in New York and Washington, rebound by ending the 5-game winning streak of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
19th goal of the year for Willie Nylander. And the final seconds will tick down with 14 left in the game. Bogosian gets it down into the Toronto zone, rolled it to the front of the net, knocked away. Matt Murray is going to pick up his 8th win of the season, and the game is over.
Well, there's a lot to like in this one, and most of it is around the opponent who came in with a 5-game winning streak. We saw the Leafs end winning streaks for New Jersey and the Boston Bruins earlier this season. And pretty complete. I mean, defensively, probably as strong as we've seen them through the first 40 minutes. I think the push by Tampa was expected in the third period. Leafs didn't give up a whole lot. And yet, you still had to be mindful of the fact that it's the Tampa Bay Lightning, and there's so much skill that they can hurt you in a heartbeat. But the Leafs were able to withstand that, come up with a couple of empty netters.
Player of the game brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is the world's favorite sports book with 80 million members worldwide. 19 plus. Play responsibly. Ontario only.
It's a tough one tonight, isn't it?
It is.
But I'm going to say, because he ends up with a game-winning goal of the night, let's go with Austin Matthews.
All right.
Kind of the vintage Austin Matthews. I really like the fact that Mitch Marner's in front for the screen, where sometimes the Leaf power play can get just a little bit too spread out. But they go a little old school and allow Matthews to zip one over the right shoulder of Vasilevsky. That's the game winner, so let's go with number 34.
And I'm going to give an honorable mention to David Kampf.
Oh, David Kemp, that whole line. Kemp, Kerfoot, Engvall were all good. The defense was solid. I mean, you only give up 8 shots in the first 2 periods to Tampa. I think they're, you know, and I said to Gordy and Brent Gunning before the start of the third period, I said, the Leafs been that good, or is Tampa off? And as Gordy has said often, a little bit of both.
So, you know, he's such an astute observer of the game.
And it's nice to say right in the middle of the road, too, isn't it?
Yeah, he's probably the guy that hogs the 4-lane highway. He's right in the middle there. Just,
I know when he signed me the summer of 1987 as a free agent, he's been trying to make up for it ever since.
One of the great moves ever made by a general manager.
Yeah, and it's, God, I still remember that press conference.
Anybody show up?
No, that's fine. I remember. That's what I remembered. Gordy didn't even bring a jersey. But a solid win, and probably as complete a win as the Leafs have had this season. Remember, Boston came in and they won 2-1. This is essentially a 2-1 game as well. So you like not only that they've won against teams that are in their division that they're chasing or trying to stay ahead of, but how they've been able to do it. This wasn't a 7-6 game where you got lucky. This was a pretty controlled 60 minutes by a Toronto Maple Leaf team. Maple
Leafs will entertain the Philadelphia Flyers on Thursday. Note the start time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the next generation game, and a lot of the kids will be here. It should be a fun afternoon. Leafs win it by a score of 4-1. We've got Gord Stellick and Brent Gunning standing by with the post-game show. You've been listening to Molson Canadian Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.